It is a great joy and honor to come into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. This is Emmanuel Mensah, a co-founder of the Eagle Mentality Group. At Eagle Mentality Group, we teach and propagate information about the power of thought, universal laws and principles, and how our thoughts and these laws comes together to create our own realities. All human beings create their realities, all inclusive. No one is excluded. You create your own reality, whether you know this or not. That doesn't actually make a difference, for there are a lot of things that exist in this world that you have no idea about. But as a matter of fact, they affect your life. They are in existence. And so we create our own realities, and that is what we are dealing with here. That is what we are explaining and creating awareness about this. There is no power that is fighting against you. There is nothing outside you that is fighting against you. Even if there are some perceived forces outside you that you believe are fighting against you, they are your mind, your mental construct. They are your creations, you see. For your mind is a creative medium. And so today I'm going to speak to you on the topic, bondage and freedom are both mental constructs, and we choose the state in which we want to live in. I repeat, bondage and freedom are both mental constructs, and we choose the one we want to live in. But before I go on, permit me to take this opportunity to remind you or to appeal to you to subscribe to our channel as you listen to me right now, and help us to team up and create a wider community, to create this wider awareness of the powers that we have as the creators or as the co-creators with God, or the incarnate of God. And so if you have already done that, we also want to take this opportunity to appreciate you and also to salute you and to say thank you. Continue to spread the word and let us bring this message of empowerment, enlightenment, and liberation in our homes, our towns, our communities, our societies, in every nook and corner of our lives. And so bondage and freedom are both mental constructs that we choose to live in. This is a universal truth, but though you may not be aware of it. The first thing is that your mind is a creative medium. Your mind creates your reality. Whatever you will establish in your mind as true will become your reality. And what you establish in your mind as true is your belief. And so your belief controls your life. As I stated yesterday, your belief defines who you are, what you believe to be. And so when you have a belief as the basis of your life, you accept it as true. And the belief suggests, or the belief implication of the belief is that you are under attack. There are other forces outside you that are attacking you. That becomes your reality, and your mind creates this circumstance, situation in your life in such a way that you confirm what your belief is. But as a matter of fact, you are creating it. At the same time, if you have a belief that you are created and born a free person, and therefore you create your own realities, there is no power outside you that is fighting against your progress of any kind. Therefore, you are a free person. In that case, your belief becomes the basis of your life. And in that case too, you become a free person. Your mind will create that freedom for you. So the freedom and bondage issue is not about any evil forces or any devil somewhere creating it for us, but we are creating it. You have the power and an ability to release yourself by entertaining, by accepting, by creating the right and positive beliefs that are built upon the truth that you are an incarnate of God. You are an individualization of the consciousness that we call God. And you are given a free will. On this earth, every human being has the right to choose what to think and what not to think. So you cannot think about something and create it and then turn around that it is someone or something outside you that is creating it. You see. And so when you build your life on beliefs that create this kind of situation, that you are in bondage, that you are under attack, that someone is attacking you, that there is something that you have to do to protect yourself. In that case, you have placed yourself in bondage. As a matter of fact, a free person doesn't need any kind of protection. A free person doesn't need any kind of protection from any other person because you are free. You have the power and an ability to be, to do, and have anything. It is only when you feel within you insecurity that brings about we're looking for a protection, you see. And so you are created as an incarnate of God. And therefore, as soon as you assume that mentality, that other forces outside you has the power to attack you, then you have created that forces in your life. And therefore, you put yourself under their control. Therefore, you become a bonded person. You are under their control. And as a matter of fact, you don't need to do anything to break this down. You only need to change your belief and have the belief that you are a God on earth here. You are created in the image and the likeness of the consciousness that we call God. And it is this consciousness that is animating your body and everything around you. Therefore, you have the right to choose and create your life the way you want to be. In that case, you become a free person. A free person is the one who doesn't walk around at the same time looking over his or her shoulders. And as a matter of fact, if I'm to relate this to African life, almost all Africans are living in bondage. Whether the person is a Christian, the person is a Muslim, the person is a traditionalist, our life is a manifestation of the bondage that we create in our lives. There is nothing that happens in our lives, in Africans' life, that we will assume that responsibility. Nothing happens in the life of an African that the person would take responsibility and accountability for his or her own choices. But what we do is we turn around and we are under attack. The evil forces, the enemy is at work. All the people that don't like us, they are taking us to this. So you see that in the African life, in the African perspective, you are always under attack. If it is not the evil forces, then it is a fellow human being that has taken you to this, on that, and that. And therefore, as we all know, the collective consciousness create the collective life of the people. And you as the individual, your consciousness, your state of consciousness create your realities. And therefore, as we have established this as our collective consciousness, as our belief, it has become true, or it has become true in our life, you see. And so we are not here to live as people who are in bondage. And a bonded person is the one that goes to bed in fear. A bonded person is the one that does all kinds of prayers that he is protecting him or herself. That means you are not free. You are afraid. You see, this is how we have limited ourselves. You are created in the image and the likeness of God. And you'll be given the freedom to choose, to create your life in the way you want. Therefore, accountability and responsibility for our choice is very critical, is very important, rather than pointing fingers at people or other forces that are imaginary forces, you say. And so, this is the time, this is the awareness, this is the awakening. A new mindset is rising out of Africa. A new mindset is spreading out of Africa. And the new mindset is that you are a God on earth. And therefore, a God has no enemy. And a God has no anyone that is fighting against him or her. But you create your own realities. And since we are the creators of our own realities, we have the power and an ability to recreate our realities the way we want it. As a matter of fact, if you attribute your success or your failure to another person or any other factor outside you, then it means you are powerless to make any change to that particular situation. If you see people or if you see yourself, your life as being poor or any kind of condition because of work of some power, that means you do not have control to change it until you seek their permission, you see. And that is why we keep on recreating this kind of negative life experiences in our lives. It is not that anyone is creating it for us, but we are creating it as a result of the choice that we have made, the mental construct that we have decided to live in. Bondage is about your beliefs. If you believe that you are bonded, if you believe that there are other forces attack you, you are in bondage and you'll be bonded forever. If you believe that there is only one presence, there is only one power, and that power is the one that is running through you, you are a free person. In that case, your belief too will make you a free person. Therefore, let us rise up. Let us rise up. Bondage and freedom are mental construct, whether you believe it or not. And you choose the one that you want to live in. Choose freedom. Assume and accept. Claim your divinity. Claim who you are. You are a God and a fear. And you have the power and an ability to do anything, to be anything. Unless you choose to think otherwise. Unless you choose to create a different reality, you see. And so this is the time, though it may not be comfortable to you, but you have to accept it. You are not under attack. You are not under attack of any force, any power, anywhere. Even if those forces exist, they are your mental creation. They are imaginary. And as soon as you pull them down, you change your beliefs and build your life on a new belief. That brings the power and an authority to yourself. You have control of your life. And in that case, you become a free person. So a free person is not someone who goes about, bombarding and making incantation at any kind of appearance of anything. That is a bonded person. And as a matter of fact, even when I was a young person growing up in Ghana, in Africa, I used to wonder, God's creation embodies everything. And how it came that an animal that is part of God's creation becomes a subject or object of attack. And therefore you see people, they see some animals and they begin to chant, they begin to do some incantation, rebuking the animal with the blood of Jesus or in the name of Jesus as being agents of the devil, you see, or they are being sent to attack. But as a matter of fact, the world we live in is made up of both animate and inanimate things. The higher animals and the lower animals. So the lizard, the whatever are all part of the ecosystem. But humanity, especially Africans, we have taken this upon ourselves and we are making them as evil forces, well, agents of evil forces, you say. But that is not true. You are a free person. That animal too is a free thing to move and be and do whatever it wants to be. It is your mental construct. It's the belief that you have created or that has been created and sold to you that has given the animal the power that it looks as if though the evil forces are passing through it to attack you. Therefore, pull down all these beliefs and release yourself. This is the emancipation of the mind that Marcus Garvey and Bob Marley spoke and sang about. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can liberate ourselves, you see. Our minds. Your mind is a free thing, but it can assume limitation. If you train your mind, if you feed your mind with beliefs that are limiting, your mind will assume the limitation. If you train your mind with beliefs that suggest bondage, your mind will assume that bondage and it becomes your reality. This is the universal truth, and you need to become awakened to this. Therefore, you are here to triumph. You are here to move as independent, free person with a right to choose what to be and what to do. But it comes with responsibility and accountability. If you choose and it happens to be the negative one, you have the right to change the other way. Do not attribute the effects to any other thing outside you, for our life is governed by the law of cause and effect. Actions and reactions are the same. What you are thinking and what you see in your life are equal, are the same. Therefore, if you don't want to see whatever you are seeing in your life, then begin to train your mind. Begin to evaluate your beliefs. Begin to assess your beliefs, and then adopt beliefs that are progressive. Beliefs that brings power. Brings enlightenment. Beliefs that brings about forward movement in your life. And collectively, all of us, we will have a life. We have a collective life that is full of freedom. You are free to be. You are free to do. You are free to have anything. My fellow brothers and my fellow Africans, or my fellow men and women all over the world, you are not limited in any way. You are the only person that is limiting yourself. And the way you limit yourself is the beliefs that you create or you establish as true, that you build your life upon. Choose freedom and be free. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And so, as usual, let me remind you once again, please subscribe to our channel, and also continue to circulate this message, and let us bring the freedom that we so desire. You are created as in the image and the likeness of God. Therefore, you cannot be in bondage unless you choose to be there. Thank you, and God bless you.